Welcome everyone to the new outline of this course. This video is part 1 and today we will learn about a new concept of data cleaning, which is really important concept in data science methodology. So what is data cleaning? Data cleaning or data cleansing is a process of cleaning a dataset. The process includes taking a number of steps such as correcting the format of data types, handling duplicate values, and so on. This involves identifying errors and then change, update, or remove data from datasets to correct them. Now you might be wondering that why is it important? Data cleaning is really important because incorrect or dirty data may form a poor business strategy or decision making. A dataset should have the data of good quality to generate valuable insights and draw a great conclusion. First of all, there is no absolute way to prescribe the exact steps in data cleaning process because the process will vary from dataset to dataset. But still, you must have a general template to follow each time. So how to do data cleaning? The first thing is fixing the structure. You can notice this issue when you have strange naming conventions in your dataset, incorrect data types, or incorrect capitalizations. These inconsistencies affects your data analysis. The next way is dealing with duplicated values. Duplicated values can become a part of dataset during data collection. It's essential for a good dataset not to have duplicated values. Furthermore, irrelevant observations should also be dropped. The third way is to handle the missing or incomplete data. If you ignore missing data, then you may have bad interpretations from data analysis. There are two ways to deal with incomplete or missing data, which are drop. The second is use mean, median, or mode values from other observations. Now let's do some implementation. First of all, I will open the Jupyter Notebook. Then I will open the folder in which I have added the dataset. Click on New, then choose Python 3. This will create a new notebook. Now, first of all, let's assign a markdown. Now, let's import the libraries. Import numpy as np, import pandas as pd, then run it. Now let's create a new markdown, read CSV, cars equals to pd dot read CSV data dot CSV sep equals to comma. Now the data set is read. So first of all, I will use the method of head. This method has printed the first 5 rows of my dataset. Now let's see the last 5 rows. Cars.tail. All right. Now I want to see a little summary of my dataset. So cars.info. This method has told me that there are 3 floats in my dataset and there are 5 integers and 8 objects. Now let's create a markdown of data cleaning. Data cleaning. And then run it. Now let's suppose I want to change the naming conventions of these columns. As you can see that these variable names have spaces in them. So I will change the space with an underscore. Let's change it. So I will write cars dot columns equals to cars dot columns dot str. Str function converts the columns into strings. Dot lower. This function would convert them into the lowercase. Dot str dot replace. I will replace the spaces with an underscore. Now let's run it. Let's see once again the data type of these columns. Ta-da! As you can see here that each of the column is converted into the lowercase and the spaces are exchanged with underscores. Now let's suppose that you further want to change the name of columns. Then you will say cars equals to cars dot rename. So I will use the function of rename to change the name of columns. This is also a part of data cleaning. So I will change engine fuel type at first with fuel type. This method accepts a dictionary if you want to change the multiple columns. So I will say columns equals to replace or rename the engine fuel type with fuel type. Similarly, I will change engine HP with HP. Engine HP with HP. Now I will change engine cylinders with cylinders. Engine cylinders with cylinders. The next is transmission type, driven wheels, number of doors, market category, vehicle size, vehicle style, highway MPG, city MPG. All of the rest columns seems good to me. So in rename method, you pass a dictionary if you want to change the name of multiple columns. First you write the name of actual column, then you write the name of the column which you want to appear after the rename method. Now let's run it. Cars.head. I use this method to see the changes. As you can see that the make, model, year, fuel type, engine fuel type is changed by fuel type. Engine HP is changed by HP and engine cylinders are changed by cylinders. Now let's suppose you want to change the values inside a column that seem abnormal to you. So first of all, we will separate the categorical and numerical columns. So I will create a list of categorical columns by writing list cars dot dtypes cars dot dtypes equal object dot index. Similarly, numerical columns equals to list cars dot dtypes cars dot dtypes not equal to object dot index. Let's run it. Now I will print my categorical columns to see which columns are categorical and which columns are numerical. All right, so make, model, field type, transmission type, ribbon wheels, market category, vehicle size, and vehicle style are our categorical variables, and the rest are numerical variables. So I will run a loop for column in cat column. So print cars and then pass the column as index dot unique. So unique method will print out all the unique values in categorical columns. First of all, I will print the column also. All right, let's check it out. So first of all, we have make column. Let's analyze if we see any mistakes here. So make column seems fine to me. The modern column also seems good to me. Fuel type. Regular fuel, diesel, natural gas, flex fuel. All right, this also seems good to me. Transmission type. Manual, automatic, direct drive, unknown. All right, so we have spotted an error. Like transmission type have a type unknown in the column. So I will replace it. I will replace the unknown with the mode value. Now let's move forward. Driven wheels. This column is also fine. Market category. This column is also good. Vehicle size. Okay, fine. Vehicle style. This is also fine. So we have just spotted one column which is of transmission type, as you can see here, unknown. So we are going to change this value. So I will write cars dot transmission type dot replace, as I'm about to replace the value unknown with cars dot transmission type dot mode in place equals to true. Let's run it. Now let's print out the transmission type unique values to see if it's replaced or not. Dot unique. See if the value is replaced or not. Manual, automatic, automated manual, direct drive. So as we can see that the value is now replaced. So I will do a similar check on the numerical values for column in num column, print column, print cars column dot index. All right. So year starts from 0, 11,914 HP, cylinders, and these are all the ranges. It's good to go. Now let's move forward. Suppose that I don't need some columns. I want to drop some of them. So what will I do? Let's see. First of all of the columns. Cars dot columns. As you can see here that most of the columns are irrelevant and are obvious. So we don't use them. And that's why we will drop them. Such as driven wheels, number of doors, vehicle size, vehicle style. Now let's drop them. Cars dot drop. So drop method is used to drop the values or the columns. Now here I have made a list of columns I want to drop, such as driven wheels. The next, number of doors. Next one is vehicle size. And the last one is vehicle style. Axis equals to columns. Now let's run it. As you can see that those columns which were unwanted or irrelevant have been dropped. There are only 12 columns. Now let's move forward. For instance, we want to see that how many number of duplicated values are in our dataset. Then we will say there are number of duplicated values which are equals to len cars dot duplicated. So this method will print out the number of duplicated rows. These are 715. So duplicated rows are not good for our analysis and machine learning algorithms. That's why we will drop them. Now let's check if there are still duplicates or not. The number of duplicates are len cars dot duplicated. Let's run it. See, there are 0 duplicates now because we have used the function of drop duplicates. So this is the end of our today's lesson. We learned how to fix the incorrect values. We also learned how to change or rename or replace the columns and drop their values. We have also learned how to deal with the duplicates. We did all of these to make our analysis more efficient and minimize distractions from the problem we are trying to solve. Let's get back to slides. So here I have designed a homework for you. This is the link of the dataset. The tasks include, first of all, you have to do some exploratory data analysis. Then you have to change the name and type of each column. Then drop the duplicated values. Then you have to drop the irrelevant columns. So this is the end of the part 1 of data cleaning. See you next time.